Welcome to Part Creation and Revision Engineering. Part maintenance is located in various locations in the setup folders throughout E10. For this instance, I'm going to use Material Management, Inventory Management, Setup Part. In E10, there are three types of parts. Purchase parts are parts that you normally purchase from external suppliers and use as raw material to make. Number two, manufactured parts. These are the ones that we create and sell to our customers. A sales kit part we'll discuss a little bit later. Let's look at part creation in Epicor 10. I'm going to bring up part. You can select the drop down and do new part or file new part. Make sure that your naming convention is consistent and that you don't have any spaces or weird characters. The description can be as long as 1,000 characters. Type, unit of measure is going to default to each. Group and class are mandatory. You also have to determine whether this is stocked or non-stocked. This item should be on hold and the reason why. And the costing method is always going to be average per our corporate request. On the Sites tab, after you hit Save, this is the area where you would affect the inventory min-max and safety. It's where you pick your preferred buyer, lead times, minimum order quantities, and your supplier or vendor. You must also have Generate PO Suggestions checked if this is reorderable raw material. As well as raw material, make sure it's quantity bearing. Most of them default, but just making you aware. And then enter a sales unit price if you have one. You can inactivate here. Save. Go to the Warehouses tab. Every raw material will have a primary bin. And then hit Save. That's how you create a part. Now I want to create a manufactured part and a revision. First of all, keep your naming convention solid. This is going to be a manufactured part. Description can be up to 1,000 characters. Search word can be whatever you want to make it, as long as it helps you find the part. The group and the class are needed. Almost all manufactured items are non-stock items. That's how the system knows that we need to create a job to satisfy this demand. Next, create a new part revision. It can be named like the customers name it, because this is what's going to be on the sales order. After you create revision, go to Revision, check out Revision. I want to check out Revision B, which is the one I just created. And I want to take it to Engineering Workbench. An Engineering Workbench. This is where you would actually engineer your part. I would suggest auto-loading all parts and all operations. Load operations first. You can actually just drag them and drop them, and it'll start building your method of manufacture, or as we call it in Epicor, your BOO, your bill of operations. Comments, instructions can be put on each operation. They will all print on the Traveler, and that's how you go about building it. Now let's add some raw material. Oh, you can look it up, drag and drop to materials. And that's how I'm able to add material. If you'll notice, there's a blue check mark next to any material that does not have a quantity. Obviously, you want to have quantities in there. Fixed quantity means that there won't be any kind of scrap, that all of it will be used. You don't have to put that in, but it's a good way to figure your scrap. On all of your operations, they should be set to minutes per piece, except for the last one. They should all be marked backflush. Do it a little quicker here. And the last one should be marked quantity only. This will help backflush all of your operations. And labor is where we're going to actually put actual production time totals for velocity. I'm going to hit save. Once you get done building this, make sure that your instructions and comments are entered on each operation, whatever they may be. Just like that. There we go. Once you have it built, approve and check in all. You can also view cost. Tell you about what it's going to cost to build this. Approve and check in all. Answer everything affirmatively. Add any notes you'd like. Now, if you look at part maintenance and refresh, it will be marked approved. This is ready to be sold. You can do a method tracker for the revision and it'll tell you how it's supposed to be built and the material in it. Now let's say I want a new revision a few weeks later. New part revision. Name it. Now let's check out this new revision C. Now let's go back to the engineering workbench. Here you see this is a brand new part. So what I can do is go into revisions, get details, and I will go grab the last revision this part had, which is B, and copy it over to C. So I will make the necessary changes first. It may be in operations, it may be in parts, it may be in the quantities. Make all the changes you need. Add more notes, whatever it is that we need to do. And once you're done with all your changes, you approve and check in all on the group. Refresh your part and see that C is now approved. B, I would go in and disapprove. That way your orders will always grab the latest one. Thank you.